Hi and welcome to the Siren Control System. Today I show you how you can add your own custom lightbar to this system, and I recommend you to read the documentation, which you can find right here, or on the shop page there is a tab called English documentation and German documentation, and down here you can, for example, read adjusting the 3D model. So I will create in the future a tutorial for even beginners how to make your own custom, very simple or more complex 3D model of Lightbar in Blender, but at this point, maybe or maybe not, you have already your own custom Lightbar. And for example, mine look like this, or this. This here is a single light or beacon light. It's very easy to get it working with Siren Control System, and this is how you can do it. I mean, we have a base UV or material, which includes the whole base texture stuff like metal or plastic or whatever. And then you have these wonderful fields here. I think you can see it there or here at the top, very nice. Okay, sorry, something in the background broke. This is I have no idea where I was. In general, you see these faces here. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And these are material slots. So every material slot should be a slot which can or should glow. So for example, we have also here this base slot, which is fine. You can also add additional other slots. But if you have some faces like LF1 or LF2, which should independently glow, then they should be separated material slots. This can increase the cost of draw coils, for example, but in general, this is the best approach to have the real full control, and this is the approach the plugin has. But if you have a better idea, just let me know, and maybe I can add something like this to the plugin. For example, we have here this face, and this face of L0, and these are combined into one material slot because the left side should always glow with these three faces here, like on the right side with R0. So it's really easy. Let's say you have set it up everything correctly, and now we want to import our wonderful newly created very extremely low poly lightbar model. Then we can do this. I uncheck generate missing collision, I don't need it, and import a material method. Do not create materials. I also don't need imported textures or something like this. And after I did this, this is my lightbar, which looks very, very nice, I know, but this is a very nice test. And you can see here, I added, of course, some material slots. So some lightbars have more, some have less. For example, this single beacon here only have 6, which is this is much, okay, this is much. But if you want to have a real nice looking wonderful flashlight system, then I go for this one here. Okay, now we have to add some materials, and for this I included here a demo material which you can use with and without real materials. So first of all, I create here a new folder and call this example low poly bar, for example. And now I go inside of this folder and I copy from the beacon light just here one material like this, and I rename this to MI for material instance low poly example bar. This is my base material. I can also call it bar base. And now we have to set it up like I reset the whole material here. We say now global static switch parameter values, use vector colors only. Oh yes, please. And that's it. We now use only this wonderful color, and I colorize it to gray because it's a base material. So now I select this, go to my lightbar, and I assign it to base. Nice. This is how it looks like. Yeah, not so nice, but you get the plan behind this. Now I copy this one here and we call it example bar underscore blue light or flashlight or something like this. And I open up this material here and we colorize it to like a grayish blue, maybe like this. Yeah, like this. This is fine. Okay, nice. Then this is a light material. This is why we add extra EM blend. Yes, please. EM intensity is 0, but has to be inactivated, and EM color intensity should be 1 to increase the strength of the emissive color effect. So this is fine. Just save, select it again, and apply it to all LED spots. On the other hand, you can also colorize it to any other color. So if you have a specific color where you would say, okay, this light bar should be only white or gray or red or something like this, go for it. No problem at all. So we save, and I mean, from the 3D modeling perspective and integration to the Unreal Engine, that's it. We are done. But now we have to create some wonderful blueprints for this. So open up a new folder. In my case, I create a new folder and call it example low poly bar. And we open this up. Now, inside of this content folder, we make a right click and say create a new blueprint class. And this one is called actor. And this one is called BPSCS low poly bar or something like this. Open it up. And here we go. It's just a default simple blueprint, but this is why we have to reparent it. So on the top left corner of your screen, click on File, then Reparent Blueprint. And here you can simply type in light and you find then light pattern actor. So search for light pattern actor, like I did here. Click on light pattern actor and you see a lot of things are changing now and transformed into a working blueprint, at least when we add our Lightbar 3D model. So we go back and select the static mesh, and now we click on light mesh and we assign it to the static mesh light mesh input, like this. And now we have our working light bar. Nah, not yet. We just need to add some light patterns. Maybe you saw already the video about it, but never mind if not. So now we added it, and let's say we have here a custom light pattern. Wait, we have go back to the folder. Where is it? Low poly there. Now inside of our blueprint folder or at any other location, we add a specific data table only for this wonderful static mesh. By the way, if you have multiple, I don't know, blinking objects like light bars or beacon lights or something like this, and you use the same names, so the same material slot names, then you can use also one single data table for any of your light bars. Keep this in mind. In my case, it's the case. So I have the case. I called the slots here like in the documentations, and this is why I don't have any problem. This is a default light bar, is a more detailed one. But you see, I also called it LF1, L0, and so on. You can see it here on the right side. We have L1. Okay, I called it L1. This is my mistake. But never mind. You could use this data table for this mesh. In our case, let's say we didn't really name it similar. So make a right click and click on MISC. And now here on data table, choose now light pattern row or light pattern struct. This one here, and press OK. And we call this DT for data table underscore low poly light pattern, something like this. Now, before we start adding something to this data table, we can easily integrate it in our wonderful light bar. So we click here on the top left corner, BPSCS low poly bar self, or on class defaults here, however you want. We can collapse here some categories until we find a light pattern. And we have here multiple options. For example, we have here the option light pattern. Just insert it here. Now we have to go to the event graph and go to begin play. Here you can search for initialize and you find down below any node here. Let's, it's not initialize, sorry, it's set table. Set light pattern table. So search for set table, set light pattern table, add it here and assign your data table to it. The reason why I have to do this twice is that I made a mistake. So I was programming the whole stuff and I want to solve an issue on another way. And this is, I will change this in the future, don't worry. Though I will easily make a solution for this. But it's working, so never mind. Okay, compile and save. So right now the light bar is done. We don't have an indicator, we don't have LA lights or something like this, but we have already the flashlight, and we also don't have the siren. When you want to add a siren, you can follow the siren tutorial, or if you want to add additional light patterns, you can also watch this detailed tutorial. In this tutorial here, we will add right now only the light pattern, because this is the most easy one. And we open the data table and click on the top left corner on Add. Now we have a new entry. You can name this entry to, for example, example or default, however you want. This don't makes any difference. And now we say, yes, it's looping, because if we have a pattern like on the left side, on the right side, it close up. This should be looped and get repeated. So I will add 2 steps. The first step will be, let's say we will first of all do the color. So click on use color tint. Yes, please. Then click here on the color tint and we give it a blue color. This looks nice. The emassive intensity is 50, for example. And make sure to check use real light. This is not because, or this is not why we use, this is not that it's not that we use right now in this tutorial the use real color, but it's better for the future, because if you don't activate this in your actor, it doesn't matter if you activated it here, you don't get real light. But if you, I don't know, later want to use real light, you should activate this here from the beginning, so that you have directly converted everything to use real light. But at the moment no real light is used, because in our actor we not enabled it, okay? So now we adding the wonderful light slot IDs. And you remember we made a mistake here, or I made a mistake here, because we named this material slot element 1 L1 instead of L0. And this is something we have to keep in mind. So this the first thing which should glow up is L1. The second thing is LB1. The third thing is LB2, and so on. LF1, LF2. This is a complete left side which is now enabled for this step, for this lightning step. And the light slot ID is a material slot name. I think you got it. But if you want to have more detailed information about this system here, and this is too fast, check out the light pattern or a custom light pattern tutorial, because this is just a general tutorial here right now. I also make a tutorial soon how to add blinkers and LA lights, and also the matrix. So don't worry. Just follow the tutorials and wait some days. So, okay, now we copy this wonderful index and we go to the next index, index 1, and paste it here. And since we paste every info or any information here, it's the same. But don't worry, in this example, we want to colorize the blue color to maybe, let's say red. It should glow red on the right side. And now we add here R0. RB1. It would be easier if you could easily select the else, but never mind. So, and we are done now. Nice. Okay, since we have now index 0, which is the left side and glows blue, and index 1, which is the right side and glows yellow, we need step durations, because how long should they glow until they change to the next pattern? I think we can add here, let's say 0.3 seconds for each step. And now, people out there, we are done. We are done. Easy, right? So, okay. Now we have one bigger problem. Wait, I close the window. We have this blueprint here, but if I drag and drop it into my scene, and I see right now that it's a very, very big blue light bar. What the hell? Okay, it's bigger than it was not intended, but never mind. The thing is, this will not work. When I click play and activate it, you see my other flashlight is activated, but not my more beautiful light bar here at the top. This is because it depends on how you control these things. I added a simple controller under the blueprint folder, which is called PC Example Controller. Maybe you have your own car. Maybe you use Advanced Vehicle System or any other vehicle system, and I will make a tutorial how to add it for this. But in my case, I control it with a controller blueprint. And when we go to the controller blueprint, you find a lot of very easy to use and useful nodes, like this overview here of all the nodes. I mean, this is very easy. Simply start or stop or change the pattern. This is very easy to use. And yeah, we just need to change this one here, get actor of class, because here it's defined that we control right now the BP Lightbar example 1, but we wanna control the low poly bar. And now add it here, click compile and save, close everything, and it will work. So let's see. Oh yeah. I have no idea. What the fuck? So it's working. Nice. I mean, we can't control we can enable and disable it, but since we don't have any additional light pattern or custom light patterns, it does nothing than this. But this is quite fine for me, because if you want to add multiple light patterns, it's very easy to do, but check out the light pattern tutorials for this. So I record now how you can add blinkers and alley lights to this wonderful light bar. See you in the next tutorial.